But when I first read the graphic novel by Jock and Diggle, the thing that really stuck out to me was the fact that it was such gritty, cool, hard action paired with really fun, almost bubbly characters. And it was the sense of humor that they were able to inject into a really action-driven plot. And when the screenplay came in, it was, the Jamie Vanderbilt was able to really reflect tonally that into the screenplay, and I thought that's what sets this project apart. It's the ability to navigate the action with a lightness and a fun appeal that's quite unique. Well, we have this group of guys that are sent on a U.S. military mission down in Bolivia, and it's a special ops mission. And they go to execute the mission, but something goes wrong, and they're left for dead. And basically the story is the journey that they have to undertake to recover their identities and prove their innocence back on the U.S. soil. The Losers, they're a little bit like a new age Rat Pack. They're sort of the edgy, cool military guys that end up, living on the side of society and really operating under the radar. And they have this underdog quality, I think, that makes them very appealing. They have fun while they kick ass. I mean, that's, kind of a simple way to summarize it, but that's what makes the movie fun. I want the action in the movie to feel very personal, to feel very engaging. I play a lot of video games, and I like third-person shooters and first-person shooters, and I think the action aesthetic of those games is very immersive. And I wanted to bring some of that to the cinematic quality of the movie. So that's one thing I used. I also wanted it to feel very grounded, even though it's full of fun and full of cool gimmicks and moments. I still wanted the sequences to feel gritty and raw and hard. It's also important to sell the action as and the violence as real and raw, without having to necessarily go into the grotesque and the gore. I mean, I was really trying to ride that line so to keep the elegance of the movie, but also make it believable and real and visceral. I grew up with movies like Lethal Weapons and Die Hard and those films, and I loved the tone growing up. When I was a teenager, I loved watching those movies, and I loved the fun ride they were. And I think recently in some of the action films, we sort of lost a little bit of that because the action has become more realistic and gritty. And I thought, well, with this movie, maybe there's an opportunity to have the action grounded, or relatively grounded, but still keep the fun aspect, still keep the fun quality that the characters can bring with the humor.